So Brandy W. Henry, thank you so much for joining us. You're a social media manager. We know each other through Toastmasters District 7. We've done some work with, and you're a strategist in your own right. And one thing that you do, and why I was really excited to have you on, is that you help people be comfortable on Instagram.
Correct.
Brandy, I need a little bit of help because I'll tell you some of my biggest challenges is that it's time and it's energy. You know, by the time I get around to, it's always the tyranny of the urgent. So I'm always doing the things I have to do. And then by the time, I have an opportunity to do a live stream on Instagram or post some video or something like that, which I'd really love to be doing more regularly. I just don't have the energy. I don't want to do it. Like I've been talking with people all day long and then it's like 5, 6 o'clock and I'm like, oh, I don't have it in me.
Yeah.
What's that again?
And then there's the decision fatigue.
Yeah. Yes. Right. What do I talk about?
Right.
Okay. All right. So help me out. Help me, Brandy. What do I do?
If I were you, what I would do with your page is definitely focus on short video snippets. If some point during your day when you're out and about or maybe on the weekend or if you have 30 minutes, sit down and record several short snippets where you give a drop of information that is helpful to your followers and that shows some of your personality. Save those. Most people save them on their phone. And then throughout the week, upload them, maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, only log in to engage and respond to people who have said, hey, great video, or have a question, and answer them, and maybe screenshot that question to answer on a future episode where you can take that feedback and integrate it into maybe your newsletter, into your podcast, into other areas. And thank the person for the question, give them a shout out on another platform. And if you can just have that routine of the Monday, Wednesday, Friday posting of those videos, responding to people Tuesday and Thursdays, keep it to 15, 20 minutes, and you're golden.
Okay. So in terms of like, so let's talk about technically, like how we do this. So can I use, so for example, someone showed me, and I cannot believe I never saw this. It's been on my phone forever, but the app, and you tell me what apps you like, but for actually producing the content, there's clips, and clips will allow you to have the transcription or subtitles on the video automatically, which I think is pretty big.
That's really great. If you want to take that step, I definitely think you should do it. The very first thing to remember is if your phone on your camera will allow you to record in 1:1 or square, that's where you start. You want to record so that your recording is square. Okay?
Yes. So I've got that set up right now.
Great. Not your full phone. Is that 1:1? Okay, good. Great. Make sure that when you are holding your phone, for most of us, we need to hold it a little bit up. Otherwise, people are looking up our nose. Dots. It's not flattering.
Yeah, right.
There we go.
Sure. Got it.
There we go.
Okay. Square. Hold it up just a little bit there. Oh, see, that looks much better. I look more slender too.
Yeah, and we all look better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. What else do you have? How long do I make? What's that?
Oh, go ahead. It got a little blurry. What was that?
Yeah. How long do I make the videos?
I would keep them between 2 and 3 minutes if you want to post them to IGTV. If you want to post it to your feed only, keep it under a minute. And
what's the difference between so I see like IGTV upload a video between 15 seconds and 60 minutes long. We're not going to do 60 minutes. So what's the difference between putting a video on my story IGTV or as a post?
So if you're going to record a short video on your phone through your camera, square format, and you have it over a minute, but under about 10 minutes, for most of us, that goes to IGTV with the very first minute showing up in our feed. So you will upload yes, and it takes a little longer to upload to IGTV. Those first few times are a little scary because you think maybe your phone's going to lose the material or you're going to disconnect from Wi-Fi. Even the Wi-Fi, it takes a little bit of time to upload to IGTV. If you're under a minute, you just upload it straight to your feed and maybe add a few pictures afterwards that highlight what you did over the weekend or during the week or with a special client you met with or somebody you helped. And you're drawing people into your bigger story. You're giving them a bit of advice. You're helping them see the story arc of what it is that you do in the world and the difference you're making. And then the next day, you log back in and respond to people who have commented.
Nice. Okay, so what happens if I'm a busy entrepreneur and I just don't have time? Which of these things? What do I have to do? I want to create a workflow and a system here where I can do only what I can do and have somebody else do everything else. How can I delegate?
If you have an assistant who you trust can talk in your voice, does that make sense? Who can represent your brand the way that you would talk, then definitely have that person help you with responding and to comments and making sure they're answering all those direct messages. Because just like you're out and about in the world, if you say hi to somebody or pay them a compliment and they just walk by or they don't acknowledge you, that doesn't feel good. So if you're trying to build a following and dedicated people and you're not acknowledging them for commenting or acknowledging you, they're going to stop commenting and you won't show up in their feed anymore. So if you have an assistant who you trust to talk in your voice, have them do those responses.
So just kind of someone who's listening to our conversation right now. So, just by virtue of like what we do in the media and stuff like that, we've acquired over 14,000 followers on Instagram. However, my engagement, you have higher engagement than I do, and you've got about 1/10 of the followers that I have. I'm doing something wrong in terms of engagement. How can I be getting better engagement, Brandy?
Definitely show up, maybe spend one day a week, go and comment on other people's posts or have somebody help you do that so that you're showing interest in them as well. And it'll also give you a better idea of who is following you and what their interests might be because you're getting to know them. Definitely. All those responses are important. And when you go online or you go on Instagram, you might make a rule for yourself that you don't look at anything else till you've commented or on those first 3 posts. And get in the habit of acknowledging other people. Instagram changed the algorithm about 4 months ago to where it is really heavily engagement oriented. And it is demanding that you pay attention and that you are sincerely going back and forth with people.
Wow. So don't just broadcast on Instagram, but actually really, because I think they don't want it to be, a lot of people can treat Twitter like this, where they're just blasting out stuff nonstop and they don't engage. So Instagram really wants you to do stuff.
Yes. That's right.
I have to figure it's really weird too. Like I actually have one post. It got 978 likes, 20 comments. I don't know what I did there, but once in a while, there's that one and there's another one that went bonkers. And I'm like, what'd I do? Like sometimes that happens, right?
Right. It does. And there might be something similar about those. It might be, when it's you out in the world with your family. People Instagram is still a visual platform, and we as humans are drawn to the story of other humans, and your picture may have been telling a story.
Yeah. Do you provide help, coaching? What do you do?
Yeah, most of the time I'm sitting one-on-one, either literally or online with somebody, and helping them understand the Instagram platform, helping them with content, helping them. Some people, it's still, what's the difference between my story and a story? All this lingo overlaps and it's confusing. And understanding, if I have Facebook, why do I need Instagram? And helping them break that down and come up with a plan and structure their time, find a time in their day or in their week when they can spend 15, 20 minutes to build their platform on Instagram and come to a point where they're comfortable and they can enjoy it. And we always start with that mission statement. What is your purpose for being there? What are you bringing? What is the story you're willing to share? And stay above any kind of snarkiness, stay above any kind of negativity, and stick with that mission.
Yeah. What about in purpose? I really love that. I'm going to do that. And what about someone who's like, gosh, for me to take the time or to get, my assistant to help out with this, I want to make sure there's a good business plan for doing so. How is Instagram good for business?
So Instagram is great for business because you're going to build that following or those 1,000 true fans or more. From there, what you're going to do in your stories feed, when you do stories, you hold it up and in the moment you're taking a little story and you're telling something, invite people to follow you, to build out your newsletter, to become a subscriber through the link on your profile. So by giving them little bits of information, drawing them into the story of what it is you're doing in the world, and then once a week or so, come on to stories, and at the very end, after a few clips, you're giving them some good information, telling them a little bit more about yourself, say, hey, I'd love to give you more, connect with you more. Please follow the link on my profile, sign up for my newsletter, and I'd love to have you.
Well, this is all really, really good. Brandy, I want to thank you so much. This has been super, super helpful. Instagram is absolutely powerful. I've spoken at the social media marketing world a couple times. I think honestly, if I were to invest, this is tough, but in terms of platforms, if you're looking to connect with your audience and your audience are consumers, Instagram is a really, really great platform. I see it as a great platform for showing a lot of behind the scenes kind of stuff, as opposed to, maybe YouTube, you're being a little bit more like, this is where we put the show, and Instagram would show, well, here is us making the show and what we do and behind the scenes and, kind of like, okay, I got a private, couple minutes with you real quick. Let me tell you what our day has been like,
Exactly.
Yeah, that's really great.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Well, cool. So again, go check out Brandy on Instagram, Brandy W. Henry. That's your Twitter handle. And then, of course, you can also go to brandywhenry.com. Instagram strategist, particularly with being comfortable and getting engagement. Brandy, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. I'm really glad to have helped, and that's what I'm here for.